Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Life of Millie Joe. It's Saturday morning, super cold outside, but Ryan and I have come to spend the day at Shikukai outdoor shooting range here in Pukap. Ryan's going to be filming some B-roll for his channel. If you don't know his channel, it's EDC for the EDG. I'll pop a link down below so you can follow him. But what it's brought me to is, so we just finished month of August, right? And now in September and it's spring and everyone's excited. But it got me thinking, what has changed? Another year went by, another August went by where us as women rallied together. We got together, we did our walks, we did our talks, we encouraged women. But how has our system, how has the law, how has the government, how has gender-based violence changed for us? And interesting fact, I'll be getting a firearm and I did my competency test. And it's just led me to believe and think that with nothing changing, it's time for us as women to empower ourselves, to invest and equip in the tools and the skills that will save us at the end of the day, save our daughters, our mothers, our aunties and friends. And, you know, in South Africa especially, things are just getting worse day by day. This uncomfortability within myself that I cannot leave my home and be promised and be 100% sure that I'm going to get back safely. Luckily, I've got Ryan and his channel's all about like protection and EDC gear and those kind of things. And with having him in my life, he's brought, I've become more educated around the topic. And with knowing that information, I wanted to be a strong individual and female on my own. And so I've invested in protecting myself and learning how to use a firearm correctly, because our loved ones or our partners or these guys who are meant to be stronger than us and protect us won't always be there. And so when you leave the home on your own, how are you going to protect yourself? And so my encouragement is to think on those things, you know, get the skills and the tools to know that should you be in a situation that you can protect yourself. Within this week, I've heard of so many cases of violence against women and children. I read about a woman who was shot by her own husband in a police station. I saw a video of a man trying to kidnap a little girl who was with her mother at a restaurant in broad daylight. I read about boys raping little girls and men raping babies. And my question is, when does this stop? What is going on and who is protecting us? And if the question is who is protecting us and this is the situation and this is the outcome, then perhaps the answer is that we need to start protecting ourselves. So I can respect that not every woman is comfortable or desires owning her own firearm. And that's okay, that's all good. However, there are so many other tools that you can invest in that could possibly save your life. One of them, which I think personally every woman should own, is pepper spray. I never leave home without my pepper spray. Often I advise women to carry it within their handbags, but we all know we've got a lot going on inside there. And in that moment when you're going to need it, you don't want to be rummaging around and searching in your bag for something this small. So my advice is, once you leave the home, you should already be in a ready mind state. So have this in your hand, ready to use at any point you need it, until you get to another environment where you feel completely safe. So let's imagine a situation where you've used your pepper spray, but it wasn't enough. You've sprayed your attacker with pepper spray, but out of the blue, not out of the blue, I'm sure they were there, but next thing, 2 new guys appear. So you've got 3 guys you've got to fight off. You no longer have your pepper spray. And this is the point where you're going to need to level up. And for situations such as this, I carry a push dagger. One thing I love about push daggers is that they are small and compact. They are also easy to get to and easy to use. So with every tool you invest in, you obviously need to educate yourself on it and then also train with it. Imagine scenarios and situations you might find yourself in and how you're going to react in those situations. So for example, with a push dagger, I know that once I've got it and I'm ready to use it, I need to aim for areas that's soft, that is going to cause the most damage possible. Also, when we're in these situations, I think often as women, we need to remember these men aren't here to play. You are literally fighting for your life. So don't be nice and say, oh, what you doing? Please stop. You've literally got to use everything you have. Your nails, your teeth, kick, fight. You've got to fight. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to know your tools, to educate yourself on them and know how to use them. You do not want a situation where your tool is used against you. For the ladies who do not want to use things like pepper spray or knives or carry firearms, it is good and important to invest in things like self-protection training. Ryan and I, I think it was a year ago, we did a course called Street Smart with James Smart. Such a brilliant trainer and instructor. This course runs over 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, and they really get into it. You play out different scenarios and situations. It starts off like beginner and you end off on the last day ready to cause damage to someone who's trying to take your life. So that is a very good course that I would advise and encourage every woman to do. I will leave a link down this video below, and then you can make contact with James and definitely do the Street Smart course. Being a victim of abuse myself, you reach this point where you are so angry, where you become so sad that nothing's changed. And it really seems like nothing's ever going to change. And you remain so fearful that this might happen to you again. But I no longer want to feel that way. I refuse to play the victim for the rest of my life and remain in this fear of, oh, every time I leave home, what's gonna happen? What if I walk to the shop? I didn't want to live and continue my life that way, so I decided to invest in these things that could possibly save my life. And the more I looked into it and the more I attended courses and I got the tools needed and required, I was quite shocked and alarmed at how few women are doing it. I mean, when I went and did my gun license, I was the only female in the class. And this is something to think about. If in South Africa, we as females are the targets, and men who are our protectors, well, men who are not even the targets at hand are feeling the need to own firearms or to do courses to protect themselves, that says a lot. And so I truly believe that us as women need to take this power into our own hands. We need to build ourselves up, become stronger and ready to fight this fight. And so it's so easy for us to spend 800 Rand on a new shoe, 1,500 Rand on a designer bag. I'm pretty sure the prices go way higher than that. But we think twice of investing in a pepper spray that's 120 Rand. And I'm not making us the problem. I know that we are the victims, but we should really no longer be the victims. It's time to take the situation in our own hands. And we really need to get serious about our own lives. It's not our partner's responsibility, or our fathers or our brothers, or even the men we surround ourselves with, responsibility to protect us. And remember, these men won't always be around. These men who love and care for us and want what's best for us, they will not be around or not always be around in those situations where you need them. Now let's be realistic for a moment. Nothing's changed for us as women here in South Africa. We just went past month of August where we often do these marches and we change our profile pictures and we encourage women. But that doesn't change a thing. Our stats are still going up every day. Our women are being raped. Our children are being kidnapped. Nothing is changing. So it's time we change. Let's empower ourselves with self-protection training. Let's invest and buy those tools that we need to save our lives. And yes, it's sad that it has come to this. And yes, we are not the problem. These sick men are. But they're not going to change. So we need to, for our own sake. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope that the information I shared with you was useful and helpful, and that it will get you to start thinking about the importance of your life and your safety. And you'll start investing in the training tools and training courses that may just save your life.